Well, hello there! Glad you could join us for some more social studies shenanigans.
Today we'll be talking about the Supreme Court's funniest case.
Trump versus Biden?
No,
Nixon versus the United States.
that one is funny, but no. I'm talking about Schenck versus the United States.
Schenck? Sounds like a prison yard fight.
Anyway, Schenck versus the United States is the reason why you can't yell fire in a crowded theater.
Crowded theater guy!
Yes, crowded theater guy. So, would you like to teach our wonderful audience about Schenck versus the United States?
Sure, got nothing better to do. I mean, the sooner we get along with it, the sooner you'll stop looking like you're gonna shank me. Get it? Get it?
A day in the life of Charles Schenck.
Draft, don't be a slave.
Stand up for your rights.
Stand up for your right to be free. Don't be a slave. Here we go, sir. Take one of these.
Get off the streets, it's unpatriotic.
Dude, you get off the street, you slave. Own the lib. Wait, I'm the lib.
The draft doesn't
The
stand
war
right
is
by you.
unethical. Here, join the social. Oh, you got any plans later today?
Being a socialist.
I wonder what the Supreme Court's doing.
Who knows?
Oh my gosh, we've already passed out 15,000 of these.
Our message is getting spread.
Hopefully people will join the Socialist Party.
Yeah. Hopefully they defy the draft and save themselves.
Seriously, this is slavery.
This is unconstitutional.
Oh my goodness. You want to go pass out one of these?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't
Sign up
sign up for the draft.
Here.
It's not worth your time.
Save your right as Americans.
This goes against the 13th Amendment.
Don't be a slave to the government.
Oh no, it's the police.
Oh, it's Popo.
The 1919 case, Schenck versus the United States, began 2 years prior in 1917 with the passage of the Espionage Act. This law, among other things, prohibited barriers regarding World War I recruitment.
However, Charles Schenck, a member of the Philadelphia Socialist Party, and his fellow socialist Elizabeth Bear, created pamphlets encouraging draft defiance. They believed that a military draft was a form of involuntary servitude, i.e. slavery.
Schenck distributed 15,000 pamphlets before he was arrested for violating the Espionage Act. His case was eventually appealed to the Supreme Court.
There were several constitutional principles at stake here. On the most basic level, a congressional act, the Espionage Act, was violated.
Schenck counter-argued that his First Amendment rights to free speech and peaceful protest were being denied, and that ultimately the Espionage Act was unconstitutional.
Not only was Schenck accusing the government of enslaving young men, he's now accusing the government of tyrannically overstepping their bounds.
I command you, as King of the Britons, to stand aside.
I move for no man.
Wait, those roles can totally be reversed.
I command you, as King of the Britons, to stand aside.
I move for no man.
Anyway,
This case is a tricky one. I mean, Schenck is using his First Amendment rights to disobey the government because he disagrees with the draft.
but does he have a right to speak out against the government when the government's ultimate goal is to protect the nation by having a draft? I mean, can the government deny our individual rights in the name of a greater good?
Well, Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes will soon give us an answer.
The People's Court with Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes.
Charles Schenck, you are here today because you were instructing young men to defy the draft.
Yes, but...
Your country loves you and wants to protect you.
But how can it protect me if...
You know what, young man? I don't appreciate it, you trying to defy me.
Sorry, sir.
You weren't just protesting the draft. You were actively urging men to dodge it. This sets a clear and present danger to national security, which the Constitution does not protect. This is akin to a man shouting fire in a crowded theater, causing a panic. Should that be protected?
Well, if he had a good reason.
No, it should not. Protecting the American people is far more important than bickering about the gray areas of speech. I sentence you to 300 years in Azkaban.
In the meantime, you will be returned to Azkaban.
No! Wait!
Wait, it's not that kind of trial? Well, dang nabbit. Well then, Mr. Schenck, your conviction still stands. You cannot yell fire in a crowded theater, nor can you encourage others to defy the draft. No, wait! Good day, crowded theater guy. I hope this is the last time our country has to deal with draft defiance.
Well, there you have it. If one speech provokes a clear and present danger, then that speech is not protected under the Constitution.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Exactly. Schenck versus the United States is a difficult case because it illustrates the gray areas of free speech. I mean, free speech is an intrinsic right for a democratic society, but how far is too far?
In this case, the United States Supreme Court unanimously ruled that one's rights does not have the ability to infringe upon another's rights. Per Justice Holmes' majority opinion, Congress has the right to prevent substantive evils incited by harmful speech.
Just to note, the Espionage Act was ruled constitutional because it was deemed an appropriate use of Congress's wartime powers.
While this case did not solve all of the gray areas of free speech, it is still extremely important for several reasons.
This is Kevin. Kevin was at the movie theaters watching Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home. Kevin stood up and screamed that the movie theater was now giving out free popcorn. The people in the theater panicked and began stampeding for the door. 3 moviegoers were injured.
It was only one sentence.
Hello, I'm Representative Robin D. Biggs. Thanks to the precedent set in the case Schenck versus the United States, Kevin's speech was not protected under the First Amendment, and he was prosecuted accordingly. Kids, don't be like Kevin. Pay attention in your AP Government and Politics course. Learn about Charles Schenck. Because of him, your harmful, dangerous, and even downright nasty words are protected by the First Amendment. Don't make the same mistakes as Kevin. Call security.
Keep your mouth shut. If you don't have something safe to say, don't say anything at all. Paid for by the Committee Against the Bill of Rights.
As you just saw with our friend Kevin, Schenck versus the United States clearly did set a precedent.
It created an explicit standard by which speech is protected. Justice Holmes stated that Congress does have greater authority to infringe on an individual's speech rights during wartime because, quote,
Here you go.
thank you. Oh god, this is long. Quote, many things that might be said in the time of peace are such a hindrance to its effort that their utterance will not be endured so long as men fight? Oh yeah, I guess it's war. And that no court could regard them as protected by any constitutional right.
Although the clear and present danger test is no longer used, it did pave the way for the currently used Brandenburg test, which analyzes a speaker's intent and likelihood for it to incite lawless activity.
No, the Brandenburg test did set a higher standard for the government when challenging an individual's speech.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
The precedent set by Schenck versus the United States has guided the Supreme Court in several other cases, such as Abrams versus the United States, another incident with leaflets challenging the Espionage Act, and Texas v. Johnson, a case concerning flag burning.
Although the court did rule 7-2 that Abrams did indeed violate the Espionage Act, they also ruled 5-4 that Johnson's flag burning was a form of political protest protected under the First Amendment.
Justice William J. Brennan wrote, "The government may not prohibit the expression of an idea simply because society finds the idea itself offensive or disagreeable."
Well, that about wraps things up.
Schenck versus the United States gave the folktale of Crying Wolf an American paint job.
Take care and speak wisely.
And don't yell fire in a crowded theater. The Socialist Party. Here, take a draft. I mean,
Here, sir. You have to...
Supreme Court Justice Oliver... I'm gonna kill this line.
Sorry,
No, you're right.
I did not realize that was going to be that long.
Hello. I'm Representative Robin D. Banks. And thanks.
Look at
You weren't just protesting the man. Oh my god.
you are protesting the man.
The man.
And we will have Seton Hall.
Hey, Charles, play me a song.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the 20s yet, but we are going in with style.
Yes, we are.
I look like a businessman from the Gilded Age. I know my rights. You can't hold me. I don't understand why I'm getting arrested for my First Amendment rights to defend myself. I don't know what you're talking about, man. This is